So this is one day into fermentation. You can see lots of activity, lots of bubbling. With this, I think there was about, I'd say probably about 12 hours lag time this morning. I woke up around 9:30 and there was definitely some slow bubbling, but nothing like it is now. So the lag time rumor of it being up to 24 hours, I definitely was under that. So again, this is one day after pitching. Looking pretty good. Hey there guys, so it's about 2 weeks after brew day. A couple updates on the stout itself. I checked the gravity and it was coming in actually pretty high. It was 1.040, so I got for about 3 days in the fermentation chamber. Had it set to about 68 degrees and it basically, the yeast kind of stuck, so the Krausening fell and there really wasn't much activity. My refractometer was reading the same all 3 days after I corrected for obviously the alcohol being in the solution. So what I did was I had a red IPA that needed to be kegged. So what I did when I had that is took the stout out of the freezer and put it in my bedroom closet, which was a lot warmer. It was about 75 degrees in the closet. So when I put the red IPA in the cold crash, I did that, and while I was transferred, it shook up a little bit. Hopefully not too much oxidation happened, but what are you going to do? So it shook up a little bit, which roused the yeast, which is actually a good thing. And the higher temperature definitely helped, because the next day I went to go buy some yeast because I was going to pitch. I was going to do a Krausening method where you make a starter and then pitch the starter into the fermented wort or beer at this point, and get it to kind of ferment some more. But when I went to go check on it in the closet, it had a nice little creamy Krausening head again. It wasn't as big as a normal Krausening head, but it was definitely there, and it looked like it was fermenting again, so we let it go. I have not taken another gravity reading, but no matter what, I'm going to pitch it into the barrel probably Monday. Today's Friday, so either Sunday or Monday, 2 days. So we'll see how it's going, but right now I'm getting ready to rehydrate the barrel. It's dried out a little bit since when I showed it to you guys in the first video, which was about 2 weeks ago. So I'll show you what the barrel looks like, and what I'm getting ready to do is put 180 degree water into the barrel to rehydrate it, and then I'm going to put some Maker's Mark inside the barrel, so that way it kind of sterilizes again, kills any of the nasties in there, so we don't get an infection. So we'll see how this goes, and I will keep you guys updated. Let me show you what the barrel's looking like. So here's the barrel. So if you remember in the beginning of the video, it was nice and moist. It is not anymore, so no real liquid in there. It still has the bourbon smell, which is good. It doesn't really look, you can see, it doesn't really look like it's separating or anything, which is good, but so we'll see. So I have some water on the stove right now, and we're going to get ready to throw it in. Alright, so I just pitched in the water, as you can see. It's in there. I know it's going to steam up, but you can see the level of water's in there. I'll probably put in about, it was probably about maybe 3 or 4 gallons of water. At 180 degrees. I put a Camden tab on it to get the chlorine out, but you can see the barrel is not leaking, which is very good. That's what I like to see. So what we'll do, I don't see any leaks, nothing like that, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the bung back on. Let that sit for a little bit. The heat will cause that to basically the heat will cause that to swell, and then make sure that the wood is definitely hydrated, because I will be getting ready to pitch that beer into it probably in the next 2 days, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, so now I have drained out the barrel. I let it kind of dry out a little bit. Still a little bit of water in there, but there was no leaks, which was good. So anytime you do that, you're going to lose a little bit of flavor. So since this is my first time using the barrel, got a half bottle of Maker's Mark here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pour this in, basically trying to resanitize the inside, because the water I used is not exactly sterile. So we're just going to pour that in. I'm going to try to get it around the rim too. There we go. And what I'll do is I'll leave this in there until I'm ready to transfer. As you can see, it's enough to basically coat it. So what I'll do is I'll just kind of rotate this around, make sure all the sides are coated, and then I'll drain it before I'm ready to transfer. So this should help sanitize. I definitely recommend making sure you get the outer hole nice and covered in it. So alright, so I will check in when we go to transfer. Okay guys, so my last update was about 2 days ago. I was hoping to kind of get this beer into the barrel today. Today's Sunday. It should be day 14, 2 weeks. Checked the barrel today, still at 1.040. The Krausening I thought I saw was just bubbles, I guess, because it's still in there. You can see it. The gravity has not changed though. So what we're going to do today, I made a starter with a little bit of California yeast, WLP001. Small starter, I think it's only about 600, a little less than 600 milliliters. So what I'm doing here is the Krausening method. So what this method was actually used for, it's a German method that's used mainly for lagering. It helps clean up kind of diacetyl and acetaldehyde. What I'm going to use it for is to get the gravity a little lower. So basically what Krausening is where you pitch a fermenting wort into a fermented beer. What it's supposed to do is eat up the rest of the sugar, clean up the rest of the byproducts, and so on and so forth. Any method I've looked up online, you're actually supposed to use a bigger starter. I don't want to affect the flavor too much, and I don't want to bring down the IBUs, so I went smaller. 1.040 is what we're at. I'm supposed to get down to 1.032, so I'm not really looking for too much. I just want to get some more down. So I'm going to pitch it. Probably another 2 to 3 days. I'll probably put it into the barrel, and then we'll go from there. Whether it goes down or not, it's getting pitched into the barrel either way, so we'll see what happens. So that is basically all you do for Krausening. You don't add any extra oxygen. You don't shake it up. You don't do anything like that. You just let it sit and see what goes on. So I will update tomorrow morning. We'll take a look at it, see what's going on. Then we'll go from there. But either way, no matter what's happening with it, we're going to go 2 to 3 days. So here's the update on the Krausening. You can see it's still got the same creamy head on it. Not much airlock activity. So what I'm going to do, I'll probably test the gravity tomorrow. See if it's changing at all. If it's not really changing, I think I'm just going to pitch it into the barrel. It doesn't look like there's going to be much more than that, so we'll just have to take what we got. But I don't know. The brown bubbles on top is kind of leading me to believe that there has to be something going on, so I guess we'll see when I update the gravity tomorrow. But again, this is 24 hours after we pitch the starter for the Krausening method, so we'll see if it works. Okay, so the day has finally come. We are transferring into the barrel. So you can see, beer is jet black. We have our emptied barrel. You can see inside, doing our transfer. Looking pretty good. I can tell you what, this smells absolutely amazing. So basically all I did here was I emptied out the bourbon because I didn't want it to be too much bourbon. It's already going to be a lot because it's the first use on the barrel, but I didn't want it to be overwhelmed with bourbon. So I did empty out the remaining bourbon. I did take a glass of it. I'll show you that later in the video. But you can see we don't have any leaks yet. looking pretty good. So this is it. So this has been about 3.5 weeks in primary. I did do the Krausening method. I have not checked the gravity yet. I'll check it as soon as I'm done transferring, so I'll post to you guys with that. But it's been about a little over 3 weeks in primary. So we'll see what it's like. So let me finish transferring this and I'll check back in. Okay, so we just got done siphoning. We got most of it. Pretty big yeast patty. So looking in, I'd say it's about maybe 2.5 inches, 2 inches from the top. So we got most of it in there. Again, we have no leaks. So my fear was good. So I don't have anything going on. Everything's good. So, alright, let me get this closed up and put away, and then I will take a gravity reading and show you guys what the next steps are. Okay, so I just took the reading on the gravity. We're coming in at about 1.033. We were shooting for 3.2. So after doing the Krausening method and pitching the active yeast in there, it did bring it down about 10 gravity points. So it did its job. It definitely got it down. So I'll show you. Let me flip this over. So this is what it's looking like. You can see base recipe is jet black. Really no, you can't see through it at all. Alright, so with the gravity where it's at, we're looking at about 9.5%. I was originally shooting for close to 11 with this recipe. My original gravity was a little low, so that's why it came out to where it was. Not a bad thing. The alcohol with the bourbon that was in the barrel is going to add to it, so it'll probably get up around 10%. When all's said and done, there's really no way to measure it, so I'll just, when people ask, 10%. So my plan now is just going to be to age it. Probably going to do about 6 months. My original plan was to make this a daylight savings time beer, because I brewed it on the weekend of daylight savings time, so I was going to age it from spring daylight saving time to October. So we'll see. I'll taste it then, and if I like it, we'll keep it. If not, I'll do it longer. You can age it for different times. When you age it for short times, so when you're looking at like 1 to 2 months, you're just trying to get like the wood and the bourbon. You're really not trying to get any of the deeper notes. When you're trying to get the deeper flavors like the vanilla from the wood and everything, you're looking at more along the lines of 6 months plus. So I'm going to go anywhere from 6 to a year. We'll see where it goes. I'm going to do some taste updates. After I post this video, I will continually take videos of the update just to let you guys know where it's at. I'll probably do one maybe like 2 weeks, 6 weeks, 2.5 months, I don't know, 4 months, 6 months, something like that. So we will do frequent updates. I'll taste it, let you guys know how the flavors are coming out and how it's going. The base recipe now is it's a little thinner than it was when it was at the 1040. Now that it's came down a little bit, it's not thin by any means, but it's thinner than it was, obviously. It's not very bitter. It's pretty balanced. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. One thing to remember is your temperatures. When you barrel age, you are looking to keep it at a certain temperature. Some people say you got to keep it at cellaring temperature, so 50 to 55 degrees. Most distilleries and breweries keep theirs in their basements. I am in an apartment, so we do have a basement, but I don't trust it. So I'm going to keep it in the closet of my bedroom, which is pretty consistent. We keep it at about 65 degrees in the summer, which is when this is going to be aging, so it should be good. I'm going to keep it there. They do say if there's fluctuations of temperature, you got to watch because the barrel can swell and shrink. But the good thing about that is when it swells and shrinks, you're getting the beer pulled up into it. So that's usually a good thing if you're trying to get some of the deeper flavors. So we'll see how it goes. That's what I'm going to do. Again, I'll post some updates and let you guys know how it's going. But if you have any questions, let me know. Make sure you subscribe so that way you know when the videos go up so you can get the updates and like the video. As always, happy brewing.